In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bets for Thursday, April 3rd. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Thursday NBA slate we got going on for April 3rd. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91, and don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 9.8 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you continue to like and comment, that helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. All right. So I've been gone for a couple days here, just trying to get over this sickness. You probably can hear it in my voice right now, and I really couldn't talk for the last couple days. So we're trying to get it right back up to speed here with the videos. Thank you guys for your patience. Anyone that was sending messages, I appreciate everybody. But it's getting back to business as I get closer to 100%. All right. But if you did not sign up for the Patreon, you missed out on a phenomenal night because I gave up the biggest upset of the day. And I'll show you that in a second. This was our main double up play. Pacers to cover 9.5, Rockets to cover 9.5. All the spreads yesterday were like 16, 15. You didn't have to. That was like a setup. You didn't have to go there. You could just take the 10-point win and use the alternate lines. Not every team covered that spread, especially a lot of were 17, 18. Thunder won by 16, so that you would have missed on that. So it was good that you adjusted. But the main upset here was the Miami Heat. I gave out Miami Heat plus 11, and then I told them, hey, if you're scared, don't do it, but I'm going to be on the Miami Heat on the money line and that cash as well. They blew out the Boston Celtics. I try to warn people on this matchup here. They blew them out by 21 points here. The Miami Heat came through and beat the Boston Celtics. We also had the Atlanta Hawks plus 3 as well. So we had a really good night in the Patreon. If you guys keep missing out, just sign up. I might do a price increase on just the futures, because the futures we're in another position where we made it to the Final Four on the futures. I gave you guys MLB with the Dodgers. I gave you the correct NCAA matchup in the championship game with Notre Dame and Ohio State. I gave you an opportunity to hedge with the Super Bowl where we had the Chiefs. This is an insane track record on every single championship game. We're getting to the end of the road here and setting you up for positivity. So we'll see how that goes on the futures. But the future of the MLB will come out soon. I'll decide if I'm going to switch it around or not. All right, but do not miss out on the community that's going off 24/7. Even when I'm sick, they're going through. They're holding things down. And making sure everything is great in the channel. It's a great group chat that we got going on. So click on that link right down below. Get connected. You're getting access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes up 24/7.
I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate.
First game up in Capital One Arena here, we have the Washington Wizards 17-59 going up against the Orlando Magic 37-40. Looking at the current odds for this one here, Magic big road favorites minus 900 with the comeback of the Wizards at a plus 600. Points spread at a 14.5 and total points at 215.5. Public bet percentage here, 79% of the bets, 66% of the money on the side of the Magic. For the point spread, it's a little bit more split here, 51% of the bets, 60% of the money on the side of the Orlando Magic to cover. And for the total, 75% of the bet, 72% of the money towards the over 215.5. If we're looking at the injury report here, starting off with the Orlando Magic, we have Jalen Suggs and Moritz Wagner out for the year. This is how healthy the Magic are as of right now with the two injuries that they're dealing with. Washington Wizards, Rashawn Holmes, game time decision. Kobe Jones is out. Marcus Smart is out. Sadiq Bey is out. And Keyshawn George is out as well. All right. So for these two teams, we have Magic playing up and down basketball, winning 3 out of their last 5 games. Wizards a little bit worse there, losing 3 out of their last 5 games. So one team winning 3 out of the last, and one team losing 3 out of their last 5. Wizards coming off a second game of a back-to-back, and they are literally one of the worst teams in the league on the second game of a back-to-back, and that's what we're going to have to lean on here. Washington Wizards are 3-10 against the spread with no rest. That is a 23% hit rate, and as you can see, the Magic have dominated the season series 3-0, and they've covered every spread, and they've gone over the total on every spread, all right, in 3 straight games. So we're going to continue the trend here. I'm going to post the 9.5 just because you always do that. As you saw the 9.5 cash on the video, on the plays I just showed you earlier. So we're going to go Magic 9.5. And then we're going to go to over on the 215.5. They continue to hit this over here. It's just because Washington Wizards are the worst defense in the league, and this literally provides the opportunity for Orlando to have a rare occasion where they can score 120 points. This is not a team that usually scores 120, but when they face Washington, they have. All right, they already done it twice this year, already in 3 games. So give me the Orlando to cover. Give me the over of 215.5 in this one. In Wells Fargo Center here, we have the Philadelphia 76ers 23-53 going against the Milwaukee Bucks 41-34. Looking at the current odds for this game here, we have the Bucks as road favorites -700 on the money line, with the comeback of the 76ers at a +500. Point spread at 11.5. Total at 226.5 and rising. All right, so it just was at 225. It just went up to 226 as we speak. Full game public bet percentage here, 89% of the bets, 90% of the money, all over Milwaukee. For the point spread, 74% of the bets, 81% of the money coming in on Milwaukee to cover 11.5. And for the total points, 79% of the bets and money towards the over 226.5. All right, looking at the injury report here for this one, Bucks dealing with a lot of issues. Damian Lillard is out. Jericho Simmons is out. Bobby Portis is out. AJ Green is game time decision. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is a game time decision. For the 76ers here, Yabusele, game time decision. Kelly Oubre is out. Kyle Lowry's out. Andre Drummond's out. And Tyrese Maxey is out. Both of these teams are struggling mightily here. Milwaukee Bucks being decimated, losing Damian Lillard to that calf injury, and they've been struggling, losing 4 out of the last 5 games, and the 76ers on a 9-game losing streak. So both of these teams are in very bad shape. 76ers don't really have much to play for. Bucks kind of do. Well, they do, but it's a very, very inconsistent team. And the fact that they are 11.5 point favorites is a big question mark. Looking at this here, they have won 3 games in a row against the 76ers this year, and each game was the Milwaukee Bucks cover, and the total went over in each and every single game in this one. In that last matchup, the Milwaukee Bucks were even underdogs on that game in February 9th as well. All right, so for this particular spot here, I'm going to be leaning with the 76ers to cover the 11.5. I do not trust the Milwaukee Bucks with this big spread, especially on the road without Damian Lillard. And they've been very inconsistent, as you can see, losing to Atlanta, New York, Denver, and Phoenix. 76ers, they've been playing tough. They've been playing okay. But I don't trust the Milwaukee Bucks at all in this spot for that 11.5. I'll take the points there and take the risk and give me the total on the over. Either way, if I can get Quentin Grimes, my whole point here is if I can get Quentin Grimes and Yabusele, then I think that they can keep this game within 11.5. All right, if we get one of those Quentin Grimes games, that's 25, 30, 30 plus type of performances, which he's done, then we can get a competitive Philadelphia 76ers team. And we got Lonnie Walker. That's a positive sign there. So if we can get Yabusele as well, I'll feel super confident in this play. But as of right now, still watch that injury report. But I'm going with the 76ers, man. I felt like this with the Heat yesterday, so I'm going with the 76ers today with the against the Bucks. Plus 11.5 and the over 226. In Kaseya Center here, we have the Miami Heat, 35-41 going against the Memphis Grizzlies, 44-32. Looking at the current odds for this one here, we have the Grizzlies as road favorites, minus 190 with the comeback of the Heat, a plus 155. Point spread at a 4.5 and total points at 225.5. Public bet percentage here, 56% of the bets, 69% of the money on Memphis. For the point spread, it's a little bit tighter here, 55% of the bets, 56% of the money on the Memphis Grizzlies to cover. And for the total points, 79% of the bets, 78% of the money on the over 225.5. Looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, Memphis Grizzlies, Zion Pullen is out, Vince Williams is out, Brandon Clark is out for the year. Miami Heat, Nikola Jovic is out, Kevin Love is out, Duncan Robinson is a game time decision, Andrew Wiggins is out, and Drew Smith is out for this season. All right, with those injuries for the Heat, it did not matter going up against the Boston Celtics. They beat them by 21 points there. And this Heat team, surprisingly, are on a 6-game winning streak after their very long, actually their longest losing streak with Eric Spoelstra. Now they bounce back and they're on a 6-game winning streak, and they're putting a very good stretch of games together here. They're trying to improve themselves, get out of the play-in, and move up to that 7th spot. Hopefully, there's still enough time to do so as well, or even further. But for the Memphis Grizzlies, on the other hand, they're struggling. They just fired their coach. This is a team in total turmoil here, and this is probably a team you want to stay away from. All right, I don't like the fact that they've got the favorite on this side. They shouldn't be favored in this spot after 4 straight losses here. And Miami Heat are on fire as of right now, beating Golden State, beating Boston. Atlanta's been a tough team this season. In this spot here, even on back-to-backs, they're not that bad. They're 6-8. That's not horrible. It's not like the Knicks or any other team that we've covered that are really putrid and you take advantage of. Miami Heat, we already know they have a tough core and they have a great coach. They have the coaching edge. They have the mentality edge as well. They have defense on their side and their home. All right, give me the Miami Heat on the at home with the plus 4.5. All right, I'm taking them. I cannot take the Memphis Grizzlies in this spot here. Give me the red hot team here that can go for a 7-game winning streak here. And the Grizzlies are just trending in the wrong department. They have too much going on, too much turmoil. And the firing of the coach was the final axe on it. Okay, so Heat plus 4.5 and give me the under 225.5 on the total here. I think the Heat defense shows up in this particular spot at home. In Crypto.com arena here, LA Lakers 46-29 going up against the Golden State Warriors 44-31. Looking at the current odds for this one here, we have the Lakers as home favorites minus 125 with the comeback of the Warriors at a plus 105. Point spread at a 1.5, so it's pretty much a pick 'em. And total points at 228.5. Public bet percentage here, 66% of the bets, 81% of the money on the Lakers. For the point spread, 60% of the bets, 63% of the money on the Lakers as well to cover. And for the total, 82% of the bets and money towards the over 228.5. Looking at the injury report here in this premium matchup here, we have the Warriors. Kuminga is a game time decision, and Gary Payton II is out. For the LA Lakers, we're waiting on confirmation about LeBron James. He's most likely going to play. He's a game time decision, and Maxi Kleber is out of this game. All right, both of these teams have won 3 out of the last 5 games. Both of these teams are trying to position themselves in the playoff spot. Right now, Lakers are 3, and they probably want to stay at that spot there. But teams are right behind them. Golden State is continually trying to work up from their current position. Right now, we have the Lakers at 3, and then the Warriors are currently at, let's see, All right, Warriors are currently at the 5 spot, so this could be very intriguing here. 2 games behind the Lakers, so this could be a spot where they can make up some ground here and really make things very interesting to take over a 4 spot sooner rather than later. All right, so looking at these two here. So far, the Lakers have dominated the season series 3-0, winning by 2, by 10, and by 8. Coming into this particular game, and each game has gone over the total. So looking at 228.5, that current total, they've gone over that one only once. Oh, actually twice out of the last 3 games here. And I think this is going to be really a high octane game here. I love the over in this one. All right, give me over 228.5. Definitely. The question is, who's going to win? Will the Warriors finally stop the bleeding here and finally get off the schneid and beat LeBron? I'm going to say no. All right, give me the Lakers on the money line ultimately, and give me the over on the 228.5. Last but not least, in Barclays Center here, we have the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. 25-51 the Nets. Minnesota Timberwolves 44-32. Looking at the current odds for this one, Timberwolves are -800 road favorites with the comeback of the Nets at a +550. Points spread at 13.5 and the total at 215.5. Public bet percentage here, 88% of the bets, 77% of the money on Minnesota for the point spread. 63% of the bets, 72% of the money on Minnesota to cover. And for the total points, 77% of the bets and money on the over 215.5. Looking at the injury report here for both of these sides, we have the Timberwolves just with Terrence Shannon Jr. out of this game. Brooklyn Nets, Jalen Wilson, game time decision. D'Angelo Russell, game time decision. Zaire Williams is out. Noah Clowney's out for the year. And Cameron Johnson is out as well. Not to mention Cam Thomas. So despite the fact that this Nets team is pretty decimated here, they are on a 2-game winning streak, beating Washington and Dallas. Those are lesser competition here. Timberwolves are on fire and one of the toughest teams here in the league, winning 4 out of the last 5 games and continually dominating the Denver Nuggets after beating them in 2 overtimes. They had a game in between to rest, so they should be ready to go in this spot here. And I think it's just too much firepower on the Minnesota Timberwolves side. Give me the Minnesota Timberwolves on the money line. Timberwolves to cover. I'm going to post a 9.5, and I like the over in the total of 215.5 between these two teams. All right, like that low total there. I think they can go over that number. I think the Nets can get to 100. That's what I'm aiming for, and ultimately I do see the Timberwolves covering this number totally. All right, so those are going to be our selections for the Thursday slate. Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you agree or disagree? We could definitely debate about that down there. If you guys want to sign up for the Patreon, get locked and loaded, and get into the futures, you got to click on that link. Get connected. We have a great community going forward here. Also, when you get into the community, you're getting a full assessment here of daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes on 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon. And peace out.